welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use user segmentation and sales funnels inside of ChatFuel for Shopify. So if you have a Shopify store owner, it is really beneficial to know when your users bought, what they bought, what their interests are, and what's a good time to reach back and sell them another item. So this will let us do that. So let's just jump right in. You want to come to chatfuel.com and then make sure you're inside of your dashboard. As you see here, I am. And once you're here, come down to the Shopify e-commerce template by GoBeyond. If you already have the template, it'll be down here. So you want to just click on it, and I'll just open it in my next window. So what we are talking about today is sales funnels using sequences. So what are sequences and what are sales funnels and how do they work? So basically, a sequence is a series of messages that your audience, based on certain characteristics, will receive on a time delay. So in this case, I created a sales funnel which is a very basic sales funnel. It's part 1, awareness, desire, purchase. And this one, the person would receive after 1 day, this one after 2 days, after 3 days. And the goal here is to give the user, the person that's reading your messages, you want to give them something really valuable is your first message, something really valuable is your second message, third message could be a soft sell, fourth message, something really valuable that they want to read, or a video they want to watch, or piece of content, and then hard sell on the fifth message. So that's a pretty typical pattern, and it's very easy to build out. So here with the new sequence, I'll just build it out really quickly, and I'll say this is an untitled block. So one of the first things we want to do with the sequence is we want to subscribe users to them. So we could subscribe all the users we want to them, or we could subscribe specific users to them. So for example, we have 3 basic options here. First is by using reaching a segment of our audience. This is like a big chunk. And a good example of this would be reachable users, users that have returned, users that are not organic. In the future, as more and more people use this bot, more of this will build out itself naturally. And you will even be able to know what channel or where these users came from. So if you want to target a segment that came into this bot using your homepage plugin, we'll be able to segment those users out and just reach those users. Maybe you promised those users a coupon or a discount of some kind, and now you want to send them a follow-up. Another way to subscribe is using attributes. Attributes are literally just characteristics that the user will have. Like a good example is a person's name. So if we wanted to, let's say you had a t-shirt that says "Happy Birthday, John." Okay. Imagine if you could send that t-shirt to everybody whose name is John. That might be a pretty good way to think about it. You could also do it by texts. You can also do it by users. So for example, in this case, we want to target users that entered our store. So anyone that pushed that first button and entered our store will come in. Now, as more and more people use your bot, you're going to have more and more buttons that show up here. So if someone pushed a button on one of your other messages dealing with a product, it could show up here, and then you could target that person for that specific product. So order number, product, these are just all the different attributes, and you could always create new attributes, which is the great thing here. So for this example, I'm just going to just pick one randomly, and what I really would like to do is pick one based on what button they last used. So last seen, you can do date, sign up, gender, within 24 hours. So let's keep on going a little bit lower. And I think we'll finally last visited. Okay, so this is something I would like to use. Last visited, track my order, welcome message. So in this example, we're automatically going to sign everybody up that last visited the welcome message and didn't go any further. And we're going to automatically add them to our new sales sequence. So now that they're subscribed, we want to send them a message. So usually in your first message, you want to do something really friendly and nice. And so please don't take this too seriously. from the standpoint of my copywriting and the messaging. It's just for demo purposes. I would really recommend playing around with them. So here's your subscribe to sequence. We're sending people to this block, to the sales funnel. So here's the sales funnel. Here's awareness. So this is where they're being sent. So now that we know that, we want to make our first awareness message really powerful. So here we want to make them aware of something. So we'll say something like, hi, and then we'll go first name. So you can always call up these user attributes too. I think you'll really like this. And then I'll have an image. And let's just pretend it's a product. Actually, I would prefer to put it in a gallery. So let me show you how quick and simple this is. And we're going to show them this logo. You can imagine that this is the logo of a t-shirt. I think this would be a good way to think about it. So here's this t-shirt. And then at this point, you just show it to them. You could show them a few other ones as well. Imagine that it's a t-shirt. Now this button, it could be it can go right to your store. So you could put your store's URL here. And it will pop up, and you can make it pop up either 100% where it covers the whole window, 70 or 40%. I would recommend either doing 100 or 70. And then we'll call this buy, and we'll say it's $10. Okay. And now you just sent them an awareness, okay, message. Now, since it's awareness, you probably don't want to put call to actions for buying. So maybe you want to just show it to them and say, what do you think? So image, we'll use the cute little kitty again, and then we'll say, do you like it? And then we'll make it really easy for them to respond by using quick replies. They'll say, I love it. And then here we'll say, I hate it. Great. And we'll add this to a user attribute. And we'll call it kitty love or hate. Okay. So this automatically goes into this group, kitty love or hate. And whenever someone pushes this button or this button, it gets added to this group. And later on, the people that loved kitty, we could send them more kitty stuff. And the people that hated kitty, we'll find out what else they like, because obviously it wasn't kitty. So if they loved it, we can do part 2 desire, and this is where they'll go next. Okay. Or you can just leave this blank. Okay. And you just say, got it, thanks. Okay. And then what you can do the next day, so one day after this message, they come to their desire part of the funnel, and now you could let them buy kitty. You could say, hey, kitty is on discount today. Check it out. So you give them that. We'll delete this, and then we can put the carousel in there or the gallery. Both work, and we'll do square. Done. And just like that, we're ready to go. We're ready to rock and roll. Here's kitty. Kitty, we'll say $10. We'll say that it's 50% off. And then we'll add the buy button here. And now the best way to do it is just to use your Shopify stores page. You can put in the amount, and then you do URL, and you'll do like whatever your shops.com/kitty, and it'll automatically open that. The other thing I really recommend is having a share button so they can share kitty with their friends. Okay, and if you had kitty in different colors, you could add the different colors here so they can select the one they want. And just like that, you went from awareness, let's find out what the person likes, to desire, to purchase. Really, this is kind of like a really condensed funnel. So depending on what kind of items you're selling, you might have a longer or a shorter sales cycle. The items you might be selling might be very in the moment. So someone sees it and it's a reactive purchase. They just want to buy it right away. Or it might be something that they might need to see 3 or 4 times. And now you could show it to them those necessary amount of times so you could build up that desire. So you could also think of other ways where you could build up desire, where you could show other people, you could show using the product, videos of the product, just saying hi, or maybe like this kitty does something fun and interesting. Maybe there's some sort of like content around it, which will build up the desire, maybe seeing other people wearing kitty, and then finally they'll come in, they'll purchase it. So that's the best way to use a sequence. They work automatically, and they it automatically gets sent one day after the other. And again, so we went over sequences and we went over segmentation, and there's one last piece to this that will really bring it together for you. So we'll go back to our subscriber sequence. And the cool thing here is that you could also make it an A/B test. So you could say, okay, we'll do sales funnel, and we'll do new sequence 1, which is this one right here. Okay. And we're going to A/B test it. So out of everybody that came to the welcome message, half of the people are going to go here. The other half are going to go here. And we're going to see which one performs better. So we can do a really quick A/B test. And to take this a step further, which is I think one of the coolest things about bots, is that every single one of these blocks and sequences could have its own domain address. So if you want to, you could send a person directly to that block. So imagine that you're on your website. You have this little kitty, okay? And you can have like a call to action that's like 10% off when you get kitty right now. They click on it and they come down your awareness funnel where they see the different types of kitties. And where do you get the link to send them here? We get it right here. So as soon as you click on this, you make it into a block link, and that becomes your URL. So you can copy it, and then anytime someone comes here, they'll be taken right to that block. So let me show you how that works. And the cool thing about Messenger is that it's available clearly on messenger.com, also on your phone, and it holds state. So you could see I was using this bot earlier, just playing around with it. And here's like, hey, do you like kitty? I love it. I hate it. Okay, I'll say I love it. And boom, here comes kitty. I can now buy it for 10. So let's see what that looks like. Remember, it's a URL, so now it sends me to that URL. We're not going to go there because I just made that up. But you get the idea. And then when we go right back into Chat Fuel, we'll see that in our kitty love or hate it as a variable. Now we're going to have one person that actually likes kitty. So let's take a real quick look on what that looks like. So actually, we'll go to broadcast, and let's say we wanted to send that one person a message. Attribute. So kitty love is, and value, we'll say I love it. Love it. So the person that just loved kitty is now just going to get a message, and you can make your message here using texts, images, galleries, and so on. So once again, thanks for watching, and please let us know what you think in the comments. Let me know what you think and how well these features are working for you. We'll love to get feedback. And have a good rest of your day. Thank you. Bye-bye.